Yeah. Let's get it, y'all. Welcome to another episode of 570 Live. Episode 7. I got my man Marv here. What's up, Marv?
What's going on, bro?
Not much. Not really enjoying this weather. I don't know. I like when it rains. I'm kind of like mixed. Like, I like when it rains. I just don't like being in it. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Well, I think it's snowing too.
Oh yeah, it was hailing. That's been a common thing now. Every time it rains anymore, it hails. I don't. If a lot of conspiracy theorists probably out there, like, oh man, they probably are controlling the weather though. I hate to say it. Maybe I'm one of them too.
You know it ain't no telling with that, bro.
Bro, they have a thing. I looked it up a long time ago. It's called FEMA. It's when they fly these airplanes in like the sky and they like release this mist, and apparently this mist can make it rain. You know what I mean? So it like because of its the certain chemical, it messes with something, and I can't think of it. It's a lot fresh in my mind because I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah, like it messes with the humidity or something, and it'll cause rain, snow, whatever they want it to be. Maybe even heat. You know what I mean?
Right,
So yeah, it reminded me
man.
of Mars. You heard about how they wanna? I think what's the guy who owns Amazon?
Uh, Elon Musk or
Yeah,
something like that.
Musk. The cooler of the two. Or is Jeff Bezos the cool one? Nah, Elon Musk is the cooler one. But he said that in order, like, it's smart if you really think of the science. They said in order for the us to like inhabit Mars, it's going to take a long time. So they're thinking of just bombing it, and because of the nuclear energy, it'll create the atmosphere faster because of all that heat. You know what I mean? Yeah, it'll take time for the nuclear and the radio waste and radioactive stuff to clear, but it will take less time for all that than to just wait for it to become inhabitable naturally. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wait, let me go click this and watch us to make sure everything's going smooth on the live. I like doing that. Just to make sure, you know what I mean? Here we are. Oh man, that freaking picture is awesome, bro. Yeah, what up, guys? My bad, I just came in. What up, Dante? Well, my bad. What up, Calf?
Oh, you see it? I don't see it.
Yeah, if you want, oh, you're on your phone, so it's a little different. If you have another phone or your computer in front of you, you could pop it up too and turn the volume down because you don't want it to be like, hey, 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 you know, go to echo. But
Let me
yeah,
check.
that's how I talk to people and stuff. But what up, LJ? What up, Drewski? What up? What's good, y'all? My bad, I'm a little late to pop it up. But yeah, you popping it up?
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I just watch. You know what I mean? That's how I'll talk to people and everything. I'll like their comments and I'll talk back to them. You know what I mean?
Let me turn this down.
Actually, me and LJ just dropped a song, y'all. Go on his page, you can find it. What up, Joe? Episode 3. He was on my episode 3. But yeah, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to talk about your merchandise right there.
What's that? Oh, this
Yeah,
the
your
the
hat and your shirt. Yeah, he has his own what would you call clothing line that he makes himself and everything, y'all. It's called what? Pain for what is it?
well, actually, the website is Growth is
Oh yeah,
Infinite.
growth is infinite. I remember that.
So it's basically all motivation and inspirational gear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, and that one says what?
This particular this particular thing right here is pain for purpose
Oh, all
though.
right. Yeah, I really like that one.
I never knew you could use your pain for a purpose. I used to just use my pain to destroy myself, but now I use my pain to build myself.
Yeah, no, that's dope, bro. Definitely something very inspirational. I really like that one. I like that design. I like it in like I like the navy blue. You can run some khakis with it, but I really like it
Mm-hmm.
maroon too. Yeah, that'd be nice in maroon too. I like both. But
I got I got you,
good
Vic.
looks, guys. But yeah, I just I want to talk about kind of how we met. You know, we met randomly, and we just hit it off right away. And we were real cool, you know what I mean? To the point that, now we're doing this, but I think our friendship's gonna grow into like even business in the down the line. Maybe you become a motivational speaker and I keep doing this, and then like later in life we end up linking back up and we both have our businesses built. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hoping at
True.
least.
True story. And it's possible, bro. It's possible.
I think so too.
Word.
But a lot of people like sleeping on this area, but I think that we have a lot of diamonds in in the rough, and it's like it just needs a chance. That's how I always thought of it. Even when like I was making music, which I still do, but like when I was more like that was my main goal, I always thought like all we need is a shot. All we need is somebody to make it, and then the rest of us will get the shine we deserve. We're what?
Right.
We're 2 hours away from like 3 major markets. We're 2 hours away from New York City. We're 2 hours away from Philly. We're 2 hours away from Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you're right.
That's why so much people come here to sell drugs, unfortunately. But it's the truth.
I just got. They shot a movie. Scranton was in a movie. I got
Virtuoso.
hyped.
I never seen
Yeah.
it, but I seen like the little parts that Scranton was shot in. And I seen someone downtown. He was like recording on his phone, standing behind the thing while they were doing it. So I kind of know what happened. He's like a contract killer or something, and apparently something happens where he's sent to kill somebody. I don't know if he kills them or something, and the whole movie's based on him just being a contract killer or some crap like that.
Yeah, something like
I got
that.
the guy from Hannibal Lecter. What the heck? Silence of the Lambs. The guy who plays Hannibal Lecter, he's in it. The Hello Clarice.
Yeah.
The main old dude.
I know what you're talking about.
He's in it. What up, Neil? I tagged you this time, bro. I told you I got you this time, man. I'm gonna have to start tagging more people that are gonna be on. I mean, I tagged like I don't know what, 50 people. So out of 50 people, 11 are watching right now. But usually, what happens is like as we're going on, people will check in. Like now we have 12. You know what I mean? The highest I've gotten so far was 22. 22. Yeah. What up, Cuzzo? Yeah, Anthony Hopkins. That's his name. He's actually a real legendary actor. So, but I don't think he was actually in Scranton. The one actor was the guy who was playing the shooter, like the contract killer, the hitman. I guess you would say he was in it, and I guess he had like he wanted to change his life or some dweeb crap like that. I don't know. What up, Cuzzo? My other cousin's here too. What up, Rob? What up, Ray? Here, my guy. My fellow mixed friend. Man, I swear when I came to Scranton when I was a kid, I talked about this before, but I swear I was like one of like 3 mixed kids. Now we're everywhere. You're one. You know what I'm saying? Now we're everywhere, and we come in all different shades too. But yeah, I want to talk about your motivational speaking stuff. You know what I mean? Have you done anything? I remember the last time we talked about it, like you saying that you did something was you went to a school and you were talking to the Northeast school basketball team, right?
Yeah, I was talking to the 7th grade basketball team. That was the first time me actually getting the opportunity to speak in front of like a small group. And believe it or not, man, for them to be teenagers, they were listening. They were
a lot of times you got to catch. You got to do something that they can relate to or they think is cool for them to really catch on to it. I know I was a little different from most kids. I'm kind of into like history and science and stuff like that. Most people, since a kid, you know what I mean? My dad used to put the Discovery Channel on and we'd watch it. So I'm a little different.
Right.
What up, Unc? My uncle's watching. Hey. What'd you say? I only watch Sundays and Mondays. Oh, okay.
Putting videos on Facebook, you know what I mean? Like motivational, faith-based videos on Facebook.
Motivational what? Oh,
faith-based.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, videos on Facebook. So that's mainly where my main platform was social media, just like putting stuff up on the video.
Yeah, that's what I'm using Facebook because that's where I have most of my friends and my following at. You know what I mean? What up, Daryl? But yeah, I use Facebook because I had at a time I had as much as you could. I couldn't add no more people. But as I stopped adding people, so as the years went by and as I changed, people deleted me. I deleted some people. So I'm down to like 4,000 now. So like I can get 1,000 more if I wanted to, but I'm trying to direct everyone over to like the 570 live page. You know what I mean? Because if I go live on there and then I post it on my Facebook and then tag everyone that way, I could like generate. I could generate like I can get monetized and stuff like that over there. I think faster than I can on my personal page. I'm not sure if you could even do it on a personal page. I would have to change this to a business page in order for that to work.
Right. Right.
So
It's gonna come together.
yeah, well, I'm not like rushing. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that I'm set. Like I'm gonna make sure that that I have a good following before I switch it over to that. And then after, eventually I hope to go to like YouTube. Yeah, still I want to stream on both Facebook and YouTube, but I want to be like my main followers and stuff to follow me on YouTube because it's just a better platform. I mean, I think because Facebook is like changing and getting new things. So Facebook might have like a thing for people like me, you know what I mean? Up and coming creators, they would call us. What up, Dean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So you talked to the basketball team. When's the last time you did?
That was in January, I believe. I talked to them.
I know you said you said you wanted to go
right
back.
When I talked to them, they had a game the next day, bro. They went out and they played different after I talked to them. Like they had a different. The coach said they had a different type of hunger in their eyes after I talked to them. So like they definitely were empowered.
Definitely. What you said got through to them, so that's what that means. You know what I mean? But you haven't. That stinks though that you haven't got a chance to go back yet. I know you said you wanted to kind of follow them and see if that could be a thing for you.
Yeah, well, I hit a couple schools too. Like I sent a couple emails out to like some of the schools. I haven't heard anything back.
Yeah, because they want somebody with experience. And how do you have experience if you can't? You know what I mean? That's like everything in life anymore. Like they want someone who's experienced, even if you went to school for 6 years to do it. It don't matter. They want experience, and you can't have experience if you don't get. You know what I mean? It's an oxymoron.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't stop hard work.
That's a
so
fact.
Like consistency, regardless if they don't know me or not. If I be consistent and keep showing up, I'm gonna get my chance.
Definitely.
So you can't stop hard work.
Definitely. So, is that like the only thing you've done so far lately, or have you actually? I know you have like on your Instagram, you can go and book you.
Well, no, I've been doing that. I'm getting pretty big on TikTok, helping a lot of people in there. Just promoting the hope, and I'm basically talking about people that are struggling in active addiction. And when I say active addiction, I'm not just saying, because usually when you hear that term, people might think I'm talking about dope or crack or something. It's not always just dope and crack. I'm talking about just smoking and drinking every single day.
Weed could be an addiction if you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Yeah, for real. No, that's good.
So I'm
area's
trying to talk to a lot on that avenue.
Yeah, no, but this area is definitely like big with, it definitely needs help in that department for sure. Addiction is real bad, man. I have 2 friends that just recently passed, you know what I mean? Who I graduated with. So these aren't old men or mid-aged men. We're 28 or 29, and they both passed this year. And then I was just talking to my friend today, and he said another one, and I completely forgot. Another one my age died. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out here that are using, and it ain't nothing like weed. It's far worse than weed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What up, cuz?
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I really want to shine a light on addiction. For sure, I want to have somebody that like overcame heroin addiction or something to come on and like try to help people. You know what I mean? Something. Because, I have family members that have died. My aunt, I've suffered with some addictions in my life. So, definitely alcohol. Like, I was, man, whew. But that was, like, different. Like, when we were young, drinking and stuff was, like, everyone would come to school and say, "Oh yeah, I got drunk over the weekend." That was a cool thing. You know what I mean? Kind of, it's childish when you think about it, but I mean that's what kids are gonna do.
Word. And you know the funny thing about addiction, right? You could be in a ditch and not even aware you in a ditch until you actually try to climb out.
Yeah.
That's when you know you got a problem. Because you can have a problem and just think you don't have a
Yeah.
problem until you try to quit.
Yeah, for real.
Or until you find yourself keep getting in trouble with the law, or you can't give a clean urine, you keep jeopardizing your freedom. That's when you know you got a
Yeah,
problem.
you can't get a job. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think jobs are a little bit less like harsh on weed now. From what I heard some jobs actually stop piss testing for weed. I mean, it's decriminalized in a lot of states, but they said they're gonna do it here soon. So, but until then, I know that they're not as they'll look the other way sometimes for it. But I know there's people out there that can't stay sober off of Xanax or whatever. But a lot of people always fake it. They'll get someone else's pee, bring it in, and put it in a cup. You know what I mean? I've done it before at a back in the day at a temp agency, but that was only for weed. Oops. But yeah, what else you want to talk about, man? Oh yeah, facts. Miranda too. Rest them all, man. Yeah, that's 3. I forgot. Sorry, I didn't mean to forget her. Damn, man, it's just so much people that have died that I know from overdosing, man.
Yeah, my son's mom
Yeah.
passed overdose. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a 12-year-old son that lost his mom to this disease. So people think when I'm like shedding light on it, it's just like, nah, like
No.
I take this thing personal.
For sure.
Like I'm for real. Like I hate it, bro. I hate the disease because it hates me. It's trying to kill people. Like we talking about death. Like people that we know that lost their lives. So why would I play around with something that's trying to kill me?
For real, like that. It's such a serious thing that sometimes people, I feel like, kind of just overlook and say like, oh, it's on them. But like sometimes it's not. Sometimes they're kind of born into it. A lot of people don't know that. But like if your parents were like drug addicts, like your chances of becoming a drug addict are like doubled. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And people don't get that. They just think like, oh man, he chose that. Yeah, maybe when it came down to it, but do you know his situation? Do you know where he was in life? Do you know if he was battling this or that? You know what I mean? Like, you don't know how it came about. You don't know if he was trying to escape and he did it a few times and then it ended up becoming a thing. Or he sold it because he didn't have no money and then he ended up using it because it helped keep him up. I know a lot of people that got addicted to coke that way. Selling coke on the street because they didn't have nothing. And ended up snorting coke because they wanted to stay up so they could sell the coke, and they ended up becoming addicted to it. You know what I mean?
True.
What up, Sherrod?
You got people who may have a strong will, and some people whose will ain't that strong. Like you may have somebody that came up in a real rough environment and he didn't use.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that's the same for everyone.
Exactly.
You know?
It's different for everybody, for sure, 100%, man. Like, I could just say, and people I know, like, I've seen the levels of different people. And then there's functioning addicts. I was a functioning addict. Like, when I used drugs and stuff like that, I could go do whatever I needed to do and just go right back, to my regular life, and it would be like nothing.
Yeah, then you got people like me. It's 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm still trying to roll. I ain't going to bed. Like, people like, yo, bro, it's like, yo, go to sleep.
Yeah, I was sort of
like
that
nah,
too.
The party ain't over yet.
You just wanted to keep going, and push your limits. Yeah, I know. I was the same way. For sure.
What's up?
You good? My bad. My girl came in. Huh? Oh, okay. No, I just came in to get her charger. But yeah, man. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about the time you explained the story to me. And it's probably like one of the first stories you actually ever like told me where, we actually started like click. You know what I mean? Like when you told me this story about how you really became such a God-fearing person.
Oh, okay. That was like in a nutshell, I was hooked on that spice really bad. because I was on parole, and it was like fake marijuana.
We call it
or
green
whatever.
crack down in Florida.
Yeah, so I was on that really bad, and I didn't know that you could get on that so bad to
You
where
withdraw.
it was like it was heroin.
Yep.
Like I was throwing
That's
up
why we.
if I didn't have it, and really bad. And I remember living with my girlfriend and just like losing my mind, like acting crazy. And some people that's probably on here that know me can probably vouch and say, yo, I remember when Marv was on that stuff, because I was out in public. Like
So you're like rolling up and just walking the streets, going on blunt rides, blunt walks, stuff like that.
Out in public. I was at the castle.
Oh man, the
falling
castle.
asleep on the speakers.
God.
Like I was out of pocket, bro.
Yeah, I know a lot of people.
So I'm at home one day, and my girlfriend, she's going to work, and she walks over me. And when she steps over me, because I'm on the floor crying, I mean, not crying, but I'm like, I'm sick. She's like, yo, you're disgusting.
In like the fetal position, right?
Yeah. And that look she gave me, and as a man, feeling that vulnerable and having a woman looking down at me, and nothing against women, but just being in that position at that particular time,
weak.
Bro, it hurt me.
Yeah.
Like, it hurt me really bad. So when she went to work, I started crying. When I tell you I was crying, bro, I was crying. Yeah. And I remember saying, God, if you real, I said, God, if you real, I said, please help me. I'm sorry. And I said that over and over for like at least 25 minutes. And when I was laying there, bro, I felt like a presence come in that room. I didn't see nothing. I'm not going to sit here and say I saw something, but something came in that room, and it was like, it just lifted
like
the
an
desire.
energy,
I was
right?
like, oh, it was like, whoa, I don't want to do drugs no more. I felt it, bro.
It was like an energy, right?
Like, no, I don't want to do drugs no more. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. And that was September, it'd be 7 years. I haven't touched anything since that day. It's 6.5 years later.
So what? It was 2015?
Yep, September 28th of 2015.
Dang, man. That's crazy. But like,
man.
To get more into it, like when at the end, like how did you like know something was happening? Like, I don't know how to explain it really. Like, how'd you know that it was like God? You know what I mean? Like, how I know you were talking to him, but you definitely like felt it was God. You knew it was something that was like unexplainable.
'Cause it was like, it's so hard to explain, because it was like, it was almost like the atmosphere shifted. Like the room didn't
like
feel the same.
Axes on the earth,
like,
you know what I mean? Flipped or something.
Yeah, it was just completely different. And the inside feeling I felt like it was just crazy.
Yeah.
And when the desire, you know how many times I cried and wanted to stop doing drugs? Nothing ever happened. But this time,
it was different.
I felt like something get lifted off me. Like something supernaturally got lifted off me. Like a heaviness was lifted.
Like
and I just felt it, bro. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I felt that way when I quit drinking. But probably not to that extent. Nah, not like that. I've had similar like God-like moments where I almost died in certain situations that I definitely knew God helped me out. Or like avoiding cops in my days in the streets and like selling weed and whatnot, having like a pound or whatever, half a pound on me or something, and like driving through the streets and like being in a dirty car that the inspection's bad on, that I've gotten pulled over in 13, 15 times already in. But for some reason, God always, bro, like I shouldn't have a better record than most of my friends, but I have a clean record. Like I have my assault and like stupid things that I have on my record, like underage. I have like 3 underage drinkings and like stealing in Florida, and that's it. That's all that's on my record. I don't have no felony, nothing like that. And I really believe that God protected me while I was doing all this nut stuff, because I was meant to do something else. You know what I mean? I was off my path. My path was to be. The thing is, like, about selling drugs is that if you're selling something specific, you have to have a good personality. People have to like you, and like there'll be me and there'll be another guy, and we could be selling the same weed, but people come to me because they like me more. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have a certain aura about you that people like. And that sometimes isn't good because that could lead to you selling a lot of drugs and and going to jail because you're moving hot. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I definitely was protected. Like, I've never told on anybody, none of that, and I've made it. There was a couple times that were close calls, cops bringing the dogs to my car, stupid things. You know what I mean? Where I knew someone was involved and had to be saying something because in order for them to know certain things, they hadn't been told it. And that's like right around the time before my son was born and my girl was pregnant with my son. So I knew like I had to get out because I don't know. There's no such thing as an old drug dealer. There's not. It's jail or death, bro. And I mean Scranton, it's probably not death, but it could be. I mean, look at rest in peace that one situation with the Indian dude. And Jason Dominic was the other person involved. It was Neil was his name. Do you ever hear? You remember that?
Yeah, I know.
What was his name? The dude that died. I don't want to be disrespectful.
I don't know the person that died. That's more like y'all.
His family, I think, owns a business that I always see their car going by. I can't think of the name. I know it. I knew him. I actually met him a few times. My brother was cool with all them because they were his age. But yeah, he oh dang, oh yeah, dang, what was I saying? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You knew his name. You saw the dude that died or whatever.
Oh, I was saying people can die while selling drugs. Like that was a messed up situation. I heard that ended up being over like heroin and stuff. He owed them a lot of money. Frankie was his name. I can't think of his last name right now, but I know his name was Frankie Bonacci. And rest in peace to him. That was just a crappy situation. They were all friends too. So to kill your friend, I mean, over even his money, but stuff like that could happen here, clearly. So imagine if you had like 2 pounds of weed on you and somebody you don't know, but somebody that you do know is from New York or Jersey or down south, and they have a friend that is really about it, or even they could be, but I'm saying, imagine if they like set it up where they went to rob you and you weren't giving it up, so they shot you and you died. You know what I mean? Like it could happen.
Yeah, no, definitely. Just because we in Scranton, I mean, yeah, it may not be like the city, but I don't put nothing past nobody.
Oh, no, people out here try way harder, so that's even worse. Like I'd rather deal with a gangsta because he has principles than a wankster, like a faker, a pretender, because the pretender's going to shoot me because he's so scared. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I always said that. Like I'd rather deal with someone real because they might tell me what it is or but they're not going to do anything like if it ain't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of people out here though. Everyone wants to be a gangster, bro. Even the people that are born into money, even the people that are born into into good situations, both mom and dad in the household, both, dad's got a great job, mom's got a job, but she's still got time to be with you, blah, blah, blah. They still want to come out here and smoking packs and spending on the ops. Bro, we ain't got ops. We live in Scranton, bro. I'm not saying that some of us aren't, enemies and you might not like each other, but you can drive in your neighborhood and be happy. The chances of him coming to seeing you are very slim, so you're not out here spinning the block on him. Though I know Weston the other day got shot up, or someone got shot at Weston like a month ago or something like that. But I'm not saying that there ain't people out here that aren't in legitimate beefs either, because there definitely is. Jason Dominic, that's right. Frankie Bonacci and Jason, Neil Powell and Jason Dominic, but yeah. But there is people out here definitely in real beef that definitely these little kids, like these youngins, I don't want to call them little kids because some of them are paying bills like grown men. You know what I mean? So these guys are out here definitely into some things and got guns and straps. I know some of them. You know what I'm saying? They got straps and they will shoot you. You know what I'm saying? In gangs.
That's a fact. But that goes back to too. There's not a lot of fathers in people's lives today. Like, there's not too many dads. Most of the kids that, when I was coming up and acting wild like I was acting, a lot of my friends' dad wasn't in their life.
I was
So
blessed.
where there's no father, where there's no leader, this is the outcome of
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
So it's not necessarily. I mean, yeah, we all make our own choices, but some of these kids, they don't got
It's
no
not like
father
yeah, they
figure,
ain't
bro.
got
They don't
nobody to watch and be like, oh,
to
that's how you
really
be a
tell them
man.
what's wrong. They got a mom doing the best she can with raising them,
Hmm.
and we don't even know what type of tools the
And
mom
the
had
mom half the
or what
time
she's
don't even know that their kids are into what they're into. You know what I mean?
right.
Because they don't show them that part of their life.
Right. And this is why I want to talk. This is why I like talking to the young kids, and not saying that I could just change them, but they need to know that that's not thorough. That's not
Yeah.
gangster. And hurt somebody else. Like what's gangster is me staying in and taking care of my children. What's gangster is me going to work, even though I don't want to go to
Yeah.
work and only make 150 this week. That's gangster. It takes no intelligence at all to be out here on the streets. That's actually foolishness. It involves no
The
education to sell
sad thing
drugs,
is
bro.
that people used to think it was easier to like. I heard this a lot of times. It's easier to get a job and just work a job. It's not easier to get a job and just work a job. It's easier to be a fool and be out in the street. Like it really is easier. Believe me, it's way easier. It's lazy. You don't have to do nothing. You could sell pills or weed or worse, crack or dope, and you can live your life on your time and take your time. You know what I mean? I'm not saying people who sell drugs not. You get what I mean? But
No, I know what you mean.
yeah, because I know some
I know
people
what you.
out there have to, and I know some people out there do what they do, and it is what it is. You know, I don't judge them because I come from that cloth. I've been a hustler my whole life, damn near, and when I had kids is when it changed, and I realized like, bro, this, like weed, they're giving people longer stretches for just having weed. Like it's still a what Schedule 2 drug or whatever they call it. Like I could get if I got
Yeah,
caught with a half a pound or a pound, I'm gonna get pulled over and I'm probably gonna get like I'm gonna get a little bit of time. You know what I mean? Even though that it's only weed and it's not that big of a deal, I'm still gonna get time because oh, there's my brother. He said I used to say that. Yeah, my brother said when he used to say stuff like that, they would call him corny. I can't say I thought like this when I was a kid, though. When I was a kid, I was kind of a wild boy. I'm not saying I was out here beating people, doing crazy. No, I was out here like partying, and I had this energy to me that was like, I don't know how to explain it, man. I still have it, sorta. You've seen it.
yeah, but you know what? When I think about it, when we was wilding, you had nobody that really came from that trying to basically educate
Oh,
you either. Like
exactly.
I didn't have no one
I
that
had my
like
brother,
overcame the streets
and
and came and said that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It would have been different if I saw an OG, one of my Crips, get
what
his
up,
life
C5?
together and now he's
What up?
talking to me. I'm like, oh. But when you just got some random dude talking to you and stuff, it's hard for us to receive that
Oh,
message.
for real?
That's why I know with you, people like me, whoever
Yeah.
else, it's my job to go back and share the information I have. Whether I touch 20 people, even if I just get one person, bro, that's a
I mean,
win
I
for
know
me.
I don't know if you want to speak on it. I know your case that you went to jail for. I know it was something kind of serious, right?
Yeah, I ended up shooting somebody
Yeah, I remember
twice.
you telling me this story. I think I heard about it back in the day, as a matter of fact. I don't know who it was that you shot, but somebody told me this story after I mentioned you. You told me first. Like, you're the first person that mentioned it to me. I didn't know. But then you told me, and then I mentioned you to somebody else, and they're like, oh, yeah, he hit boy back in the day. And I was like, oh, word. So, like, it's known out here that Marv did this. You know what I mean? So people know that. But,
Nah, but you know what? You hit on this earlier. And because I could wake up every day and be real with me, I could be real on a podcast. I could be real wherever I
facts.
go. But what you hit on was, bro, I did that. I shot him out of fear. It wasn't that I was this tough goony goon dude because the dude called my bluff. He was like, oh, okay, let me see. So I really did it out of fear. It really wasn't who I am. It's really not who I was. That wasn't me being G'd up. That was actually me being scared
So
in the
you just had
moment
to do what
and
you had to
pretending
do,
to be more bigger than what I was.
right? You had to do what you had to do because you were trying to prove something.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be loyal to the wrong things. That beef didn't even have nothing to do with me. Here I am in a situation that had nothing
What is
to
it
do
like?
with me, and I went away for all
Was
these
it
years,
gang
and
related?
it had nothing to do with me.
Was it gang related?
No, it was just dude was messing with a family member, and you know, with my family at that time, I was like, yo, you know, we that's my
What up,
family,
Arian?
like,
Yeah, no, I feel
you know,
that. I definitely feel that. And you felt responsible as like the most thorough person you thought in your mind. I'm real. I'm this. I'm that. I'm gonna do what I have to do to protect my family. Right?
but then when I went to prison, and now I'm in here around people that really do this, that are really about that life, it exposed. It's like, Marv, is this
Who
really
you are?
you? Are you really this angry thug type? Because I'm not. I realize that's not. And that doesn't mean I'm soft or I'm scared of
Yeah.
anyone. It just, I was portraying an image that really wasn't me.
Yeah, I can see it. But I mean, they say even gangsters like people always say like acting, but like to someone's explained it. I read this thing that was pretty much said like when you're a gangster, you are an actor in a way because you have to act that way, but when you go home, you have to be something different. You know what I mean? You can't be gangsta at home, out like around your kids. Then your kids are gonna be like grow up seeing that, and they're gonna think that that's how. Every gangster should not want their kid to grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. You shouldn't want. If you do,
Well,
you're
bro,
a little. You haven't messed up, bro.
there's certain people, right?
Yeah.
Like there's certain people you could be hanging out with where you know, like, yo, that's not even them.
Yeah.
Like that's not them. There's certain people. I had some homies, bro. That's what they do. There ain't no.
Oh yeah.
No.
Facts.
They're about that. They love the
Facts.
wreck. They love the fight. They love to be
Hell
violent.
yeah.
That wasn't me, though.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're a lover, not a fighter.
Right.
Facts. Nah, I definitely get that.
Once I stopped trying to be somebody I wasn't, the realer I became. Now I'm not afraid of nothing, bro. And it's not because I want to fight anyone. It's because I'm being my true, authentic self.
Yeah. And it does, and now you're not afraid to do what you feel is right, because you know that you're whatever the decision you're making, it's you no matter what.
Yeah, it's funny because the more I was trying to be down, the more I was trying to be real, the faker I was.
I know, that's crazy.
But now the less I'm trying to be real, the realer I am. If that makes any sense.
Plenty of sense. That means that you were pretty much chasing something that wasn't real in the first place. It was this fake facade, bro. One thing I gotta say is, bro, if you're gonna live the street life, bro, you're gonna get snitched on. 9 out of 10 times, you're gonna be snitched on, bro. And people do not realize that. And unfortunately, they don't realize that until it's too late. They think everybody else, like that lady down the street, is supposed to live by the street code. She don't give a F about the street code, homie. She cares about her family and her kids and her cats if she's a crazy cat lady. She is going to call the cops on you. And what are you going to do? Pop an old lady or some random lady because she didn't live by the street code? Nah, bro. Her street code, it doesn't apply to, our street code doesn't apply to her. You know what I mean? People don't get that.
Vic, the street code today too is all twisted.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember back in the day,
certain people could snitch. It's okay.
Back in the day, I remember back in the day, your brother probably could relate too, because he's around the same age as me, right?
He's 32, about to be 33.
All right, but back in the day, I remember
you're older than that. Is that why you paused for a second? Are you older than that? Yeah, because I said 32, 33, and you're like, anyways. What are you, 30, 35?
I'm 36.
Okay, yeah.
But I remember dudes back in the day, right? Street dudes. They would make sure you go to school. They would make sure you ain't touching no packs. Even
now
the code.
Now it's the big homie gotta let the little homie take the charge. It should have never been that way. I always say like
the street code's twisted.
It's backwards. You're supposed to protect the little homie because the little homie got a future. If you already got mad cases, you're supposed to take the rap for the little homie because you're already been in and out that life. Let him breathe. Let him go have a life. Don't sit there and let him take your charge because you ain't trying to do 5 years because you already got cases. Nah, bro. Nah, I don't want to hear that. That's why I could never really be down all the way with all the homies and stuff because, bro, it's a messed up system. Like I'm supposed to respect the big homie when I'm already like on his level intellectually half the time. Like, bro, what?
Hey,
get
Vic,
out of here, nigga. Like,
hey, Vic, check this out. This is how twisted it is out here. I was just talking to my man the other day. This is how twisted it is, right? And I'm not mad at people because we really don't know. We're not aware, bro. Our thinking has been polluted.
Well, yeah,
so there's some people that think.
Look at my family. Like our family's 9 out of 10 times came from slavery, bro. And 9 out of 10 times, I mean, like go deep into it, bro, a lot of our people are just have anger built in them. What happens? You come from slavery, bro. You're gonna have that in your blood, bro. There was a time I was always angry. I didn't know why, but stuff like that.
But where I was going, yeah, exactly.
Where
I was going was, let's just say someone comes home from prison, right? This is us, right? Somebody just come home from 5 years. Me being a friend, I'm about to go get the bottle, grab some bud, and turn up with him. Why am I treating him like he just graduated from college or something? Why are we throwing a celebration like as if he just did the right thing? Why ain't no one get him a resume? Why ain't nobody get him no work boots? Why ain't nobody have no applications for him? But that's where we're at mentally, bro.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to come home from jail and spend all that time in jail when you just missed all that time away from your family or your kids. Yeah, bro, I don't know.
Our friend out that night, like you said, he hasn't been home in 5 years. And here, me as a homie, I'm like, come on, bro, we going out tonight. He didn't even get to hang with his family yet, but I don't know any better because of my thinking. I'm thinking this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, that's a what's the word I'm looking for? That's like a brainwash thing that's happened to all of us. You know what I mean? And now it's not even a color anymore. It's not just black people now. Now it's the little white kid too, because all he listens to is drill music and he wants to be down with everybody. Now they're like, bro, you know how much kids are out there that like really, like I said before, they don't have to be a part of the life, but some of them end up savages. Some of them end up more gangster than the people that are from the life. Like straight up, there's some kids out there that really became it because that's what they wanted to be when they grew up. I want to be a gangster. I listen to Chief Keef all day. Now they're in jail for murder.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
This is crazy to me, man. I just don't understand how somebody could have everything and like not go to college and not like go become what you want to be in life if you have that. But that's because I come from, you know what I mean? That's because I was raised differently, because I didn't get to go to college. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have family, or my parents didn't have money to just be like, oh, bro, you're going to college. We already got $20,000 put away for you, bro. Go get that. You know what I mean? Go get those loans and you could pay it off easily because I already have 20 racks for you. So, unfortunately.
And that's because, bro, honestly, it doesn't matter if you don't got the right mindset, it doesn't matter. You could give somebody $1 million today, bro. But if they got a poor man's mindset, they won't. They'll be broke in a week.
Bro, look at what just happened in New York. They were giving people all that money. Some people took it and flipped it and made it into a business. Maybe it's a drug selling business, whatever. Some of them maybe opened a bodega and serving food and whatnot. But they gave them all that money, and it happened here too. But New York's one of the biggest crime places in the world, and when they took it away, now the crime's up crazy, bro. They're feasting in the hood right now, bro, because they were so used to getting that money and it was coming in. Then you just take it away. What do you think that's going to do to somebody, bro? They're going to go try to get it back any way they have to.
Right.
Whether it's with the blicky, whether it's with a knife, whether it's robbing people's houses, you know what I mean? Whether it's finding a weak person and, they're going to get it.
But then that's why I feel with some men, not everyone though, that's my purpose, to shed light on those that come from my background that have no clue. That's what I wake up to do every day, to see who I can empower and share on them. Because it's up to us to be the change. We can sit here and talk all day about what everyone's not doing, but what is Vic doing when he wakes up? What is Marvin doing when he wakes up to make this world a better place? I can't worry about everybody else. What did Marvin do today to put something positive in the atmosphere he was at?
Yeah, facts. That's like I watched your boy, what's his name? He's not really your boy, but you watch him a lot. Eric Thomas. He made a video. I just told my brother about it too. And that, honestly, after I watched that video, I had my podcast the next week. He made a video where he was like, we hold people to these certain standards where we're like, yo, bro, you got to do this. Or like talk to my girl, like with her makeup videos. I'd be like, yo, you got to go do that. You got to be on that. Like, keep going, keep growing. Just go every day. 2 people watching. Who cares? Keep going. Who you got to start somewhere. And like, it was, and he pretty much said, well, we do that, but we don't hold ourselves to that same standard.
Right.
How could we do that and give the best advice, but we're not holding ourselves to that?
Exactly. Yeah, he said, and I love how he said it. It's like, all right, Vic, if you told me you was going to do something for me later today and you didn't do it, I'm a really be tight at you.
Yeah.
But why is it okay for me to tell me that I was gonna do something later and I don't
Facts.
do it and it's just, oh well. I should be holding myself to the same
Exactly.
standard I'm holding you to.
Exactly. Bro, how could you work on somebody else if you ain't working on you?
Exactly.
You can't tell no one how to do
Exactly.
something if you ain't doing it right yourself. It's like, oh, bro, you need to quit smoking weed. Like, but you're on probation.
And that's
And
why,
you're
hey
smoking.
Vic, not to be super religious. This is why I love like when Jesus talks, because he said some of his teachings are so cool. He said, yo, get the speck out your own eye before you start looking at the speck in your brother's eye. Like people got
That's
so
deep.
much stuff in their eye,
Yeah.
but it's easy for us to start picking out everything in everyone else's
Yeah,
face.
it's like
What's
stop.
my life
It's like
look
not
like before I just
what's the
act like
saying?
I'm holier than thou?
Don't throw stones at a glass house or something like that.
Exactly.
Same principle. It pretty much means check yourself before you check others. Like, oh man, I need to focus on how can I tell this man whatever if I ain't doing it.
Cause in society today we put measurement stuff. Okay, so the alcoholic, he's not as bad as the heroin addict because he's not sitting on the corner with a needle in his arm. But it's okay that he's drinking and beating his kids up.
Yeah.
That's okay though. The heroin addict, no, he's disgusting and gross.
Yeah, bro. That's how the world is. And come on, look at the new society that they're slowly creating, bro. The victim society. Like, oh man, oh bro. Oh, it's okay. He didn't know no better. And like it's so horrible, bro. It's no one's wrong. No one's ever wrong. A white person come up to me and tell me I'm racist, like because something. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, like bro, this and that. Like, bro, some like that's why I said I think it was like the first or second podcast I did. I said I'm starting to feel sorry for white dudes, bro. Like I really am, because some of them are out here just trying to live their life, and they're definitely getting impressed like they're the devil. They can't be pressed.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't be pressed for what their family like. We can't press them, even if their family did own slaves, bro. We can't press them for that because they didn't do it. Like his best friend growing up could have been black. How are we gonna say, oh man, your family owns slaves or something? Like, how are we gonna do that? There was actually an episode of Atlanta that was like that recently. I don't know if you watch Atlanta with Childish Gambino.
No, I never saw it. I barely
Really
ever
good
watched
show.
TV.
It's pretty much about a guy. They're in Atlanta. Pretty much the main character is like someone in life that pretty much just hasn't. He was real smart. He went to college, but he never got to do what he wanted, and he pretty much was just like late, like going through life lazy, not doing anything. He had a kid, but like he barely could take care of her, pay for anything. And then his cousin started rapping, and his cousin started blowing up. So he was like, "Yo, I want to be your manager." Like he had a moment of what's it called, euphoria, or I can't think of it, deja vu or something. And he was like, "Oh, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna be his manager. That's my calling." And like pretty much, it's a real good show, man.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why I would like with my story sometimes, like when I tell it, like especially in the field I work in, when I tell like doctors and stuff what I've been through, they be like, damn, like they start feeling sorry for me. But I have to tell them like, yo, look, I'm not a victim.
Yeah, facts.
Like yeah, stuff happened to me. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that no more in my life as an excuse to act less than what I am.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do now is use that pain, and I'm gonna help somebody else with it. I'm not playing that victim role no more.
I felt victim to that too, though. You know what I mean? There's been times where I was like, damn, bro, I didn't have this or I didn't have that coming up, and like I'm behind everybody else, and now I can't get ahead because I was behind everybody else. But now I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna use that as motivation. Like,
right.
Now I'm gonna be able to be like, nah, bro, I got this. Like I might not have came from what other people came from, but believe me, I'm gonna get to the place that I want to get to, no matter what.
And you know what's crazy, Vic?
What?
I was doing that for a while too. And when what was showing me though is like every time I kept thinking like a victim, it was giving me an excuse though not to go further than what I can.
Always an excuse,
like,
bro.
On.
My dad used to call us.
Doing it because I'm giving myself permission to stay in this position.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. Or you make up things in your mind why you can't do something. Like, oh, everything will be going good like me with the podcast, but one day I'm like, oh man, I can't do it today. Like, It's because you're running away from fear. That's what it really comes down to, is you're running away from fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people aren't man enough to say that half the time. Like, bro,
Yeah.
it's okay to be scared, but you miss every shot you don't take. How can I know if my podcast is going to be good if I'm not putting episodes up? How am I going to know that that people aren't going to like me if I'm not putting episodes up? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because when you start doing stuff outside of your comfortability, you start moving outside of your comfort zone. It's scary, you know, because it's like, even me trying to start my own business. Yo, where I come from, something's like, no, Marv, you can't start your own business.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in your family ever started a business. Who do you think you're fooling? See, but no, that's not true. That's a lie. I can start my own business.
Exactly.
There's plenty of people started their own business that come from where I come from.
Bro, look at Master P, bro. He's one of the people I look up to for sure. Master P. Make him say, Master P. You know what I'm talking about, right? The rapper?
Yeah,
he is like one of the best entrepreneurs in the world right now, bro. Like, and he comes from nothing in Louisiana. Like, nothing, bro. And he's up here. He owns, like, his own movie production company, his own record label. He's got a whole bunch of food, like those rap snacks. Those are his. He has his own ramen. Like, he really is out here playing Monopoly with the world. And I think he was part of the businesses that bought Reebok. I'm pretty sure he was part of that with Shaq. Cause Shaq, that's another person, bro. Yeah, he came from nothing too. But
and you know what's crazy? It's I read, I think it was Aristotle or one of them great Greek philosophers. They said when there's no enemy within, there's no enemy without. The biggest enemy, bro, is us.
Oh, for sure.
You know, there's the devil out there, but sometimes, bro, the biggest enemy is you.
Yeah.
You stopping you.
Doubting
you telling yourself you're not capable of.
Yep.
Once you get out the way and let the other you move, you'll be surprised at what can happen.
Facts. And I'm starting to see that more and more each and every day. Like, I started believing back. Like, I'm not saying I lost faith in myself, but there's been times where I was like, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. But this feels right. This whole podcast feels right, bro. Like, from day one, it felt right. You know, and maybe I don't get a lot of people that are watching live. Like, some other people get 50 people watching live, and some other people, I'll get there with time. I'll get there eventually, but like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, bro.
Yep. Because once you got the vision of how the podcast is going to be, see, you can't base your vision off what you see right now.
Exactly.
The vision is
going to grow.
Long run. You know what I mean? You're looking past this right now. Forget all the little bit of followers. Bro, when your vision is big, you just wait. You know what you're doing, though.
Exactly.
We talk like this. This isn't just, Vic, you know me and you. This isn't just podcast talk.
Oh, yeah. This is how we talk every time.
For real.
Yeah. We're our biggest supporters. Straight up. And we know that we can do it. It ain't even like, oh, man, maybe you can do it and I'm BSing you. You know what I'm saying? No, I honestly believe in my head. Like, I posted on when I said you were going to be on. He's going to be something someday. When I'm talking to my cousin on the phone when he calls from prison, I'm like, yo, my guy Marv, he's coming on this week. He's going to be fired, bro. Like, he's going to be something someday. And this is just a stop on his long road to life and success, man.
Word, bro. You know what's stepping out my comfort zone, right? This is me stepping out my comfort zone. I'm going to see Eric Thomas speak in Atlanta, Georgia on May 21st.
Oh, wow.
Now, part of me scared. I'm taking this trip by myself. I don't want to get on the airplane and all this other stuff. But you know what? I'm doing it, bro. I'm doing it. I'm putting myself in the atmosphere of where other great speakers are. So I'm actually preparing myself for traveling. I'm about to start preparing myself for traveling.
So wait, you're going to Atlanta to see him?
Yeah, by myself.
Oh, yep. Wow.
Yeah. And I don't know nothing. Never been to Georgia in my life.
Never been to Georgia?
Really don't know anybody there. Usually my wife goes with me. She can't even go with me. So I'm like, man. But I said, you know what? I got to go because I'm afraid. That's why I got to go. I got to confront this fear because I know what's going to happen on the other side of this. There's going to be something deposited in my spirit that's going to give me a hunger that's just going to make me turn up.
Exactly. Make you work harder. Make you go, whoa, man, if I could have did this. That's what when I traveled to Florida by myself on a bus, that's when I first knew I could do whatever I wanted. Like, traveling that far on a bus, and like, I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. Even though like I could handle myself, I was scared though. You're going mad far. You got to get on certain buses, catch certain this. Like, what if I miss a bus, bro, and I'm stuck in North Carolina? in Fayetteville, North Carolina or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
for
exactly.
real.
Hey Vic, they say don't nothing good come out of Scranton. I'm about to expose that lie.
Facts.
I'm about to show them I'm gonna show them what's something from Scranton right here in Mulberry, right here the east side, west side, south side.
Yeah, I'm McKenna Court, bro. So I'm east side too.
I'm gonna show them something about Scranton real quick.
McKenna Court is where I was pretty much raised and born at, in Riverside Projects. That's where I was raised my early life. Then McKenna Court, and then I've lived in every side of Scranton since then. Prospect, South Side, Bartell Street over by the high school. So I've lived literally every side of Scranton my whole life. Like, so.
See, bro, and Vic, you know, and you're starting to feel it. This is why it's important that we start to explore what our purpose is.
Oh,
because
for sure.
When you start waking up on purpose and for a purpose, life's exciting.
Oh, for sure,
you
bro.
Look forward to.
I look forward to these every other day.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, oh man, dang, I gotta go live again, and sometimes fitting it in with everything else sometimes can get like hectic a little bit, and I know it's hectic for my girl and you know her having to watch the kid, but like I get excited about like once I'm about to go live, I'm like it's like I'm gonna stop saying like I compare it to like Christmas in a way. When you get that like excitement, I really get that, and it's so enjoyable. I can't explain it.
But I'm hussed up now, Vic. Like I'm if you wanna start, I'm good. I'm on silence now. I'm tired.
Yeah. So you ready? Yeah, it's about time for it to be over too.
No, I just ain't wanna. I ain't know how long you do, and I ain't wanna like hijack.
We're there. We're at 8:15. I started at 7:16, so we're about there right now. I appreciate everyone that watched, man. I know this episode is probably gonna get a lot of views because it's got such a good message. I hope it does. You know what I mean? I hope it reaches somebody that needs it. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys wanna check my man out, Marvel post his stuff in the comments, like his clothing line. What is it? Infinite?
Growth is infinite.
Growth is infinite. He'll post that in the comments, or if he don't, he'll send it to me and I will. And then, So if you want to buy any of his merch, any of that, if you know anybody that needs a motivational speaker, I'm telling you, and you guys are looking for somebody that is different, hit my guy up because, you know, he's got that hunger. He's fresh in the game. You know he's going to want to do something, and he's going to want to make a name. So.
Word. Hey, Vic, I appreciate you too, man, for even inviting me on and giving me the opportunity to speak, man. I don't take that lightly when someone shares their platform.
Oh, for sure,
and that
bro.
just shows like humility and humbleness because let's be honest, and today no one really wants to
share.
It's like one person wants to shine.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
You know what I mean?
Believe me, bro, I've been a rapper for 10 years. I know that for sure. I've been always trying to, you know, combine my thoughts with others, but sometimes it's just not meant to be, or some people aren't ready for it that time in their life. But I hope one day everyone can see my vision, because my vision is to have a storefront, be able to record people in it, have a room for a podcast, have another room where I have a camera with a green screen, just so I can shoot people's little videos for people and stuff like that. That's the goal. You know what I mean? I want to have it in a that's going to be, it's going to happen, bro. I can see it already. And it's going to be a business. And it's probably going to grow so big that maybe one day I have to leave Scranton. But I'm still going to keep part of Scranton with me no matter what. But
absolutely. Absolutely.
I might even...
I don't know if you know where the old... Over there on Prescott, it was like the old bingo club. It's like an abandoned...
Of course, bro. I'm from Eastside.
I want to make that a skating ring, bro.
That'd be
I
want
to make that a skating ring right over there in that section, bro.
That'd be awesome, bro. You saying
Remember
like
I said
totally skate park, like rollerblades, skateboards, all that, right?
No, more. Well, I was thinking more like a skateaway because I used to love skating coming up.
Oh, you're saying like you want to turn it into like a roller ring or whatever they call
it. Yeah, because that joint was hype when I was younger.
Yeah, these kids don't know nothing about that. I don't either, but I'm saying like not people our generation, well, my generation, we never really got to do that personally.
Right.
I mean, I remember there was one place. What was that place?
A personal development center too, like have somewhere where you could have personal development workshops, and that's what resume building, credit.
So what?
Things
you
like that.
To buy it or rent it?
Yeah.
You want to buy
Absolutely.
it? Let me know. I want to help you a part of that. I'll try.
You know it, bro. You know it.
Hell yeah.
You know it.
Man.
If I'm gonna leave one jewel with whoever's watching, right,
Mm-hmm.
is put the work in.
For sure.
You got to put the work in, man. Like there's a lot of people out here today that want, but they ain't giving nothing. Like you cannot receive a paycheck if you ain't go to work. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you cannot reap what you don't sow. And I used to be like that a lot. When is things gonna take off for me? And stop waiting for
It ain't
people.
gonna. You have to do it.
Stop
Yeah.
waiting for people to pick you up and you pick you up.
Exactly.
Don't look for support. Don't expect your mom to be there.
Mhm.
Don't expect your dad to be there.
Facts.
Don't expect your brother. You lift you up. You be there for you, and then they'll fall in position.
Facts. I'm in the process of that right now, bro. As we're talking, we're doing it right now.
Word. And you know, Vic, because I don't got no one. This is me just waking up off my own fuel doing this every day.
Facts.
No one's pushing but me.
I feel that 150%. But
150 though?
3,000, bro. As much as I can. But yeah, everybody, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll probably have Marv on, you know, maybe in like 15 more episodes. He'll be back on when we're even bigger and we're even something else, man. Let's keep growing this. Share it, like it, follow the page, like the page. You know, I appreciate y'all. And this was episode 7. I don't think I said that. This is episode 7 of 570 Live. And episode 8 will be on Wednesday. So I'll see you guys soon. And peace out. Talk to you in a little bit, Marv.
All right, Vic.
Peace out, y'all.